Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Vagina Healing Podcast. My name is Dakira, and I'm a dietitian who has healed herself twice from chronic vaginal infections because doctors were not helping me, and I was not about to be dealing with that shit for the rest of my life. I healed myself from chronic yeast infections, bacterial vaginosis, mycoplasma, and ureaplasma, and it has been well over a year since I've been healed with no relapses, and I am doing just fine. And now I help other women to also heal from chronic vaginal infections as well. And so if you want to work with me, all of my links and everything are going to be down below. I have some more updates and some news. So number one, I now have a free Discord, which I'll be posting my daily vaginal recipes on there. So if you want to see how I eat every single day, you can join the Discord. It's free and you'll get notifications of me posting my meals and my snacks throughout the day. I mean, I don't snack, I just have meals, but you'll see what I eat throughout the day. I'll post ingredients, I'll post the macros, I'll post benefits and all of that. So the Discord has three channels. It has one channel for my vaginal recipes, it has one channel for announcements, and then it has another channel with a Q&A, which is what this episode is about. Because in the Discord, you can also ask your questions in the Q&A section, and I will answer them once a week in a podcast episode. So your question may not be answered, like guaranteed, if it starts getting like a lot of questions and it's really overwhelming. But right now, while the Discord is small, if you ask your questions in there, I'm going to be answering them every Sunday on a podcast episode. So while the Discord is small, definitely join and ask your questions in the Q&A part. But if you want like your questions answered every single day, then you want to be in my Patreon. But the Discord is only you can ask your questions, they get answered once a week. But if you want your questions answered daily, then that's the Patreon. Or if you want to join the weekly life group coaching, that's also in the Patreon as well. So that's update number one. So this podcast episode is going to be really short because I'm just answering one question since I just started the Discord a few days ago and one person had a question. So I'm just answering that one question, but I'm also giving you guys my updates and stuff. Update number two, I guess this is two updates in one. I've updated my 30-day Vag Reset ebook and my 30-day Iron Healing ebook as well. Because with the Vag Reset ebook, I wanted to add some more information in there, and I also wanted to take away anything I felt was outdated or things I feel like no longer applied or things that no longer resonate with what I want to teach my audience. Like, for example, I teach people to moisturize on there with coconut oil with like one drop of tea tree or lavender oil, but I no longer recommend any essential oils on there at all because they are really, really, really strong. And coconut oil depends on the person. Like if you deal with vulva BO, then I would recommend coconut oil. But if you're regular with no vulva BO without infection, then coconut oil is fine. But I took away some information. I added some more information in there. I added a way for you to come up with your own 30-day vaginal healing protocol, which the book was already about that, but I went into more details about the different phases for vaginal healing. So the 30-day vaginal ebook has been updated. That's linked down below. That ebook, literally, like I'm telling you guys, all of my products, like you can heal from any of my products, whether you're in the Vag Reset, the 30-day Vag Reset ebook, whether you have that or you purchase the course or whether you are working with me one-to-one, it all gives you the blueprint that I'm giving to everyone. All that matters, well, not matters, all that the only difference is what do you prefer? Do you prefer something that's self-paced? Do you prefer to work with me one-to-one? Do you prefer to have some assistance as you go through this vaginal healing process? So that's basically the difference between all the products. But at the end of the day, I'm teaching you the same thing in all the products, but it's the value that's coming with it. And also, it's just you deciding on which route you want to go, like self-paced or you need actual help. So in my 30-day Vag Reset ebook, again, that's been updated. So that's linked down below. My iron ebook has also been updated as well. So if you've been dealing with iron deficiency anemia chronically, even though you're taking supplements and eating foods that's not working for you, your iron recycling system may be impaired. And I know this because back in October, my iron was so low out of 5, and I ended up in the hospital to cause really, really, really bad, severe period cramps. So if you do not know, low iron can cause really severe period cramps. And so my ebook goes over the iron recycling system, which you may not have heard of at all before. It's basically the way your body recycles iron. And if you're not eating a certain way, if you're not timing out your supplements and meals properly, if you're not supporting your iron recycling system, you may always stay chronically anemic, even though you're doing all the things. So I have an iron recycling ebook, which is great because I already know most of you had never even heard of the iron recycling system because doctors don't usually teach it. And so if you deal with chronic anemia, that can also contribute to chronic vaginal infection. So I would get that ebook if you're chronically anemic because it gives you everything you need to know about the iron recycling system, how to eat to support iron levels, how to space out your supplements, how to space out iron blocking ingredients in your food from your iron rich food so that what you're eating is not blocking your iron absorption. So it's literally a whole science to healing anemia, iron deficiency anemia. So those two books have been updated. My Discord is brand new. Those are my main updates. And also, I have a brand new course out called the 5-week Vag Microbiome Restoration Intensive. And so that course, you get a weekly live video every single, well, weekly, that's what weekly means. You get a weekly live video in which I'm teaching a live course on how to heal your vagina. And it comes with activities, it comes with homework, it comes with PDFs, it comes with a lot of different resources to help you heal. So if you like a course, I would definitely join that course because I had put so much details and so much effort into that course. And you guys are definitely going to love it because it goes over everything in the Vag Reset ebook, but it's me verbally explaining it to you guys. And in case you're not so much of a reader, you prefer to hear things verbally, then that course is definitely for you. And I'm really excited about it because I just put so much detail into it. And it's a video course, it's not just an audio. So you're going to be watching a PowerPoint screen so that you don't get bored just listening to an hour long an hour long audio recording. Let me see. Any other updates? I'm also now on TikTok shop actually. So if you go to my TikTok page, those supplements on my TikTok shop, I went through all of them and I read the ingredients. I read through what the product is about so that I can ensure that my audience is getting the highest quality product. So I don't just add things just to add things for commission. I make sure that it resonates with me and that I would use it because if I would use it, then my audience should use it. If I wouldn't use it, then I might recommend it to my audience. So I'm now on TikTok shop. I also have products on my link tree, on my shop underneath my link tree. So I again went through all these products to ensure the quality is good, the accuracy is on point, and so I have those resources as well. So check out my link tree shop. You can also check out my TikTok shop. Um, Let me see what else I have to tell you guys. I think that's it. Also, sorry, it's burped. I also reorganized my link tree so that it makes more sense for people. So if it makes sense for you guys, like let me know. If it still seems a little bit confusing, let me know. I don't want it to be overwhelming or confusing for people. I want people to be able to go to my link tree and see what I have from what section, and so that way you can choose where you want to start first. Um, so yeah, I updated my link tree, and yeah, I think that's pretty much all the updates actually. Um, Let me see. Okay, so now to get into the question that the person asked me on my Discord. And guys, the link for my Discord will be down below on my link tree. So definitely check that out if you want to have your questions answered in a weekly podcast episode. And obviously, due to the nature of what I teach and my services. This is vaginal health. So I'm not going to put you on blast and be like, oh, this person asked this. Like, no, like your questions are all going to remain anonymous. I'm just going to be answering them because if one person has one question, then everyone else also has the same question. So this person in my Discord said, is sweet potato safe to consume? I'm positive for ureaplasma, and the antibiotics gave me a yeast infection. So, number one, sweet potatoes are a great starchy vegetable because they're really high in fiber. And with eating sweet potatoes, I always tell clients to eat half at a time. Out of especially if it's like a really big fat sweet potato, eating half at a time is a better portion size for most people just because too much at once can be too much starches. And I also tell clients all the time to also eat the skin on the sweet potato because it's rich in fiber. So you'll get fiber from the actual sweet potato itself and from the skin on the sweet potato. So yes, I do recommend sweet potato for clients who want to heal from chronic vaginal infections, but I do recommend if it's a really big sweet potato to eat only half and not a full one. I also do recommend to switch different sweet potatoes so that you're switching up your plant diversity and the different colors in your diet. So there are multiple different sweet potatoes. There's actually a lady on Instagram. I don't have Instagram anymore because I fucking hate Instagram, but there's a lady on Instagram who's like a sweet potato lady, and she's always posting different types of sweet potatoes, like the Japanese purple one, which is great for antioxidants, the orange one, which is great for beta carotene. There's a white sweet potato, which I think maybe the white one might be my favorite. Um, Growing up in a West Indian household, we typically use the white sweet potato in like soups and stuff and in recipes. So that one I really like because it's like a mild, nice, thick kind of taste. I don't know how to describe it, but if you're West Indian, then you know. But there's different types of sweet potatoes, so try different ones. If they're small, of course, feel free to eat a whole one. If they're big, I would eat half. But with sweet potatoes, because they're a carbohydrate, you always want to pair them with a protein and a fat source. And I tell clients who deal with insulin resistance or who want to lose weight or who have PCOS or anything like that, always try to eat the carbohydrates on your plate last to help with blood sugar control. Because when you eat your protein and your fiber first, it can slow down the rate at which your blood sugar is spiked. And it's better for glucose control. And it also can help with satiety and can help with weight loss and all of those things. So sweet potatoes are a carb, yes. Vegetables are also a carb, yes. So when I tell people to eat their carbs last, I'm referring to like starches. Like, for example, because vegetable is a carb. So I would tell people, let's say you have steak, you have asparagus, you have potatoes. I would say eat your steak and asparagus first because the asparagus, even though it's a carb, it's a fibrous carb. So you're eating your fiber and your protein first. So eat your steak and your asparagus first, potatoes last. And so that's how I recommend eating. So with the sweet potato, it is safe to consume, but I would eat it last. I would eat half a size of if it's a big one, and I would eat it with a protein source and a healthy fat. And with protein, I recommend usually around 30 grams of protein per meal. Um, this person stated that she's also positive for urea plasma. Before I even get into that, if you are curious about how to increase your fiber, I do have a free 7-day fiber challenge linked in my bio that goes over how to increase your fiber safely so that you don't end up bloated and dealing with really bad gas and constipation. I give you different ways to increase your fiber, different fiber examples, prebiotic fibers. I go over all of that, and it's a free challenge. So that's linked in my bio also. This person said that she's positive for urea plasma and the antibiotics gave her a yeast infection. So, urea plasma can naturally occur in the vaginal microbiome. The only thing is that if your vagina becomes dysbiotic, meaning that it gets thrown out of, like it gets, what's it called, imbalanced, like you have an overgrowth of bad or opportunistic microbes, and then you don't have enough good microbes, then urea plasma can overgrow and cause symptoms. And I healed myself from urea plasma with my first infection back in 2017 to 2019. And all it took was me being consistent with a really healthy diet. But at that time, I didn't know anything about biofilm bust. Like I didn't use a biofilm buster. I think I knew about biofilms, but I didn't use a biofilm buster. I didn't use like. I actually wasn't even taking a probiotic at that time, which is why I probably ended up getting it again too, like a few years later. But I healed myself without probiotic. Well, technically, actually, I was eating yogurt every day, but I wasn't taking a probiotic every single day. I wasn't taking like a biofilm buster. So half the thing, not even half, majority of the things I teach and know now, I wasn't even doing then and I still healed. So that goes to show you that your body can heal as long as you have the belief that what you're doing is working and that you are going to heal and your body will respond to that and it will heal. But um, for this, so the antibiotics gave her a yeast infection. So as we know already, antibiotics wipes away your bad bacteria and also the good bacteria. When the good bacteria is wiped away, then it allows for the opportunistic microbes to then overgrow and cause infections. And so it's no surprise that someone who's already dealing with vaginal dysbiosis ended up getting a yeast infection after taking the antibiotics. So what I tell people with antibiotics always is to always follow up 2 hours after with a probiotic supplement. So let's say you're on antibiotic for 7 days. For those 7 days, whenever you take the actual pill, 2 hours after, always follow up with a probiotic. And then once your antibiotic finishes, continue with probiotics down the line long term, because you need to continuously replenish your microbiome so that the infection does not come back. You can also support your vaginal microbiome through an intravaginal probiotic suppository 1 time a week for 4 weeks. And then after that, doing it once a month. Everyone's different. So, again, this is just general education. It's not medical advice or anything. This is just recommendations that I usually give to my clients. But what's important with antibiotics, because the word anti means against, pro means like moving forward with. So with antibiotics, you want to always replenish your microbiome with probiotics long term continuously to prevent this from ever happening to you again. So that's number one. Number two, in my 7 day free fiber challenge, I also do have information about probiotics in there. And then also, if you want a good vaginal probiotic, you can either go to my TikTok shop, or you can look on my Linktree shop, or you can look on my Amazon storefront, or in my free vaginal healing supplement guide. I have all the probiotics that I recommend to my clients in there, and that guide is completely free, and it goes over the benefits of the probiotics and why you should use them. And so with that, you have many different options for which probiotic to use. And I also recommend switching different probiotics every single month to continuously introduce different good lactobacillus strains to your vagina to keep dominated by lactobacillus. Um, for the yeast infection, the doctors are obviously going to recommend diflucan. For this person, I would recommend purchasing my 30-day vag reset ebook and then joining my Patreon. So I like to tell people about that as like a combo. Like with my 30-day vag reset ebook, I always tell clients after that, if you want to heal on your own using my book, but you have questions for me, I don't answer questions for free. The Discord is different. That's like a once a week thing. But I do answer questions every single day in my Patreon. So if you are purchasing the 30-day Life Reset ebook, join the Patreon so you can ask your questions every single day and in our weekly live group coaching calls. That way you have the support that you need to heal from the book and from me. And the Patreon right now is $50 a month as a 7 day free trial, and the price eventually will go up. I am working on figuring out different tiers for my Patreon. So the price eventually will go up, but for now it's $50 a month. And so if you want to get in for that, then go ahead. Again, 7 day free trial. But I always tell people to do the ebook with the Patreon at the same time. Um, so for this person, I recommend that. Or I'd recommend doing the microbiome intensive course and join the Patreon if this person has questions. And then if you want more one-to-one support where you can work with me individually, um, and then you get 24/7 chat support through WhatsApp, and you get to be on a 3 month protocol that I create for you that includes like supplement recommendations, your macros, how to eat, all those things, then that's where you want to look at the Vag Reset program, the Vag Reset Advanced, or the Gut Reset. Also, what this person can do, actually, no, that's all I recommend for this person, actually, because those are the best options for this. With the yeast infection, I can't really tell people how to heal that per se individually because one depends on what the person has going on. And I actually do have a whole entire podcast episode on how to heal chronic yeast infections for good. So I would also check that out as well, that podcast episode on how to heal yeast infections. But otherwise, all the recommendations that I gave, that's what I would continue with. I'm seeing if there's anything else I recommend. I also will probably check out the 30-day no added sugar challenge since yeast definitely thrives on added sugar and sugar in general. One last thing this person can do also is book a one-to-one video call if they wanted to ask me their questions for an hour. But I would say that is pretty much it for this podcast episode. Um, I might release another podcast episode soon. But yeah, guys, if you want to ask me your questions to be answered once a week, again, join the Discord and waste give me your link down below. I hope that this question thoroughly answered, sorry, this answer thoroughly answered this person's question. And that's pretty much it for today's episode. So I will see you guys all in my next episode next Sunday, where I'll be doing the next round of Q&A. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, join the Discord. It's free. It's linked down below, and I'll see you guys all next Sunday. Bye, everyone.